Good morning and a very warm welcome. You are watching Janata Television and this is English Bulletin with me, Utsabha Rai. The top stories first. Nepal to witness partial solar eclipse today morning. The event to start at 8:42 a.m. and end at 11:31. Samajwadi Party withdraws support to the government. The move comes a day after its leaders resigned from ministerial post. Visit Nepal 2020 conclave held in Bengaluru. Stakeholders urge investment in Nepal. Putin says Russia is leading world in hypersonic weapons, says even US lacks such weapons. And Australian Open prize pool rises to $49 million. Players excited in early round to make biggest gains. And now the news in detail. Nepal will witness a partial solar eclipse today morning. According to Nepal Panchanga Nirnayak Committee, the solar eclipse will start at 8:42 a.m. and end at 11:31 a.m. The duration of the eclipse will be of 2 hours and 49 minutes. Solar eclipse occurs when the Earth is engulfed in a shadow cast by the Moon while they are aligned in the same line while revolving around the Sun. In some parts of the world, the Moon fully blocks sunlight, causing total solar eclipse, while in other parts, the sunlight is partially blocked, resulting in partial solar eclipse. Solar eclipse always occurs during new moon day, while a lunar eclipse occurs on full moon day. The partial eclipse that will be observed from Nepal today is considered important from the point of view of astronomical study. However, experts have warned not to look at the sun with naked eyes during eclipse, as it emits sensitive rays that can harm the eyesight. The solar eclipse is expected to form a beautiful ring of fire. Today's eclipse can be observed from Nepal, Australia, Asia, Africa and European countries. Eclipse is considered an important celestial event in the Eastern philosophy. People observe a fasting during the eclipse while they get indulged in bathing, studying, praying and singing hymns. Samajwadi Party has withdrawn its support to the KP Sharma Oli-led government. Two of their party leaders had quit their ministerial post a day ago. The party officially announced the withdrawal of support to the government after Samajwadi Party's meeting held yesterday. Party chairman Upendra Yadav said they can no longer remain in the government as the government is not ready for constitutional amendment. Yadav opined there was no point in supporting the government that backtracks from its own commitments.
र विगतमा चाहिँ के छ भने चाहे नीति निर्माण गर्दा होस्, चाहे बजेट निर्माण गर्दा होस्, चाहे कानुनहरूको निर्माण गर्दा होस्, दुई दल सहकार्य गरी काम गरेर सरकार चलाएपछि सहकार्य गरेर निर्णय पनि गर्नुपर्ने। ती सबै सहकार्यका संस्कृतिहरूलाई चाहिँ के छ भने सहकार्यका मूल्य र मान्यताहरूलाई ताकमा राखेर एकलौटी निर्णय गर्दै गर्दै जानु।
Chairman Yadav informed that Samajwadi Party will now remain in the opposition and make efforts for constitution amendments from outside the government. The official trade union of Civil Aviation Authority of Nepal has accused the aviation governing body of Nepal of handing its resigns to European Union by agreeing to split the body into two different entities as per the demand of the EU. The trade union believes that splitting CAN into regulatory body and service provider will result in the capital flow of Nepal to foreign countries. The union said it had been alerting the government not to take such a self-destructive move time and again by submitting memorandum, but the government ignored their calls. The union has also announced a second phase of protest in bid to stop the government from splitting CAN.
नेपाल सरकारले प्राधिकरण विभाजन गरी नेपालको हवाई उद्योग युरोपियन युनियनलाई सुम्पेर नेपाली पुँजी विदेशीकरण गरी नेपालको नागरिक उड्डयन क्षेत्रलाई धराशायी बनाउन लागि परेको हुँदा प्राधिकरणमा कार्यरत सम्पूर्ण कर्मचारीहरूको सहभागितामा क्रियाशील ट्रेड युनियनहरूको नेतृत्वमा दोस्रो चरणको आन्दोलनका कार्यक्रमहरू अन्तर्गत प्राधिकरण विभाजनार्थ तयार गरिएका विधेयकहरू विरुद्ध हस्ताक्षर अभियान सञ्चालन गर्ने।
They have announced various protest programs from January 1 to January 10. This is Janata Bulletin. We'll be right back after a short break. Welcome back after the break. We continue with other national news. The Election Commission has distributed election symbols to different political parties registered for the upcoming election of the National Assembly. The Commission has provided election symbols to 11 political parties for the election scheduled at January 23rd next month. Ruling Nepal Communist Party has been provided with its original sun symbol. Nepali Congress has also been provided with the symbol of tree, and a Samajwadi Party has received palm with 5 fingers. Accordingly, the Commission provided inclined umbrella to Rashtriya Janata Party Nepal and cow to Rashtriya Prajatantra Party. Similarly, Rashtriya Prajatantra Party United has been provided a plough and Rashtriya Janamorcha with a glass, informed a spokesperson of the Commission Giriraj Sharma. Other parties such as Nepal Mazdoor Kisan Party has received a drum madal, while Nepal Sanghya Samajwadi Party has got bus symbol. Rashtriya Janata Dal has been provided with a wheel of an oxen cart and a tractor for Aitihasik Prajatantrik Janata Party. Discussions has begun in the Development and Technology Committee of Lower House over a bill introduced for the management of drinking water and sanitation. During the discussions, lawmakers discussed about provisions of safe and accessible drinking water proposed in the bill. Similarly, the committee also discussed about construction of public taps for drinking water and drainage management. Madhav Belbase, Secretary at the Ministry of Water Supply and Sanitation, stressed on the need to provide quality drinking water during the discussions. Minister for Water Supply Beena Magar clarified that there is no need to include accessible drinking water for all in the proposal itself. It doesn't matter which public institution takes the responsibility, but they should guarantee quality of water, opined lawmaker Jeevan Ram Shrestha.
कानुनको दायरामा पनि आउने र अर्को भनेको क्वालिटीको ग्यारेन्टीको कुराहरू पनि हुने त्यो चाहिँ नि एउटा एस्योरेन्स हुनुपर्छ भन्ने लाग्छ। जब हामी कानुनै बनाइरहेका छौं भने सार्वजनिक ठाउँमा राखिने धाराहरू प्राइभेट जसले पनि राख्दाखेरि त्यसको उपयोगको कुरा मात्र गर्दाखेरि गुणस्तरको कुरा हामीले सरकारले त्यसको जिम्मेवारी लिनुपर्छ कि पर्दैन।
During the meeting, lawmakers also reached a conclusion that definition of waste drainage hasn't been clearly defined by the bill. And now the news from economic front. In order to explore the trade and investment opportunities with focus on tourism in Nepal, PhD Chamber of Commerce and Industry recently organized Visit Nepal 2020 conclave in Bengaluru, India. According to the organizer, the conclave hosted the official launch of the government of Nepal's Visit Nepal 2020 campaign, during which key decision makers and stakeholders expressed their views regarding the Visit Nepal 2020 to attract visitors and investments from southern India to Nepal. While delivering the keynote speech, Nepal's ambassador to India, Nilambar Acharya, called for tourism and investment promotion in Nepal and further strengthening of India-Nepal economic relations. PhD Chamber of Commerce said in a statement that the vision for Visit Nepal 2020 campaign is grand and reflects Nepal's unwavering commitment to improving its competitiveness through investment, innovation, infrastructure development, regulatory reforms, new product offering, environment and wildlife conservation, and ensuring greater level of efficiency in service standards with the aim to develop tourism and economy in Nepal. Significantly, the government declared 2020 as the Visit Nepal year with a goal to achieve 2 million arrivals and daily spending of over $75. The statement added that Visit Nepal 2020 campaign is being positioned as a lifetime experience in a bid to establish Nepal as one of the world's most unique, experimental and a lifetime value destination. As per the government estimate in 2018, Nepal received a lot of international tourists, excluding domestic travelers. The number of Indian travelers were the highest. The total share of FDI in tourism was 11.47% at rupees 23 million. The statement added, the hospitality sector has shown immense promise, with several international hotel chains having already entered or in the process of entering the market. Time for a short break here at Janata Bulletin. Stay tuned for international news. Welcome back, and now the international news. Russian President Vladimir Putin said Tuesday that Russia has got a strong edge in designing new weapons, AP reported. According to AP, Putin said that Russia has become the only country in the world to deploy hypersonic weapons. Speaking at a meeting with top military brass, Putin said that for the first time in history, Russia is now leading the world in developing an entire new class of weapons, unlike in the past when it was catching up with the United States. The Russian leader noted that during Cold War times, the Soviet Union was behind the United States in designing the atomic bomb and building strategic bombers and intercontinental ballistic missiles. Now we have a situation that is unique in modern history when they are trying to catch up to us, he said. Not a single country has hypersonic weapons, let alone hypersonic weapons of intercontinental range. The Pentagon and the U.S. military service have been working on the development of hypersonic weapons in recent years, and Defense Secretary Mark Esper said in August that he believes it's probably a matter of a couple of years before the U.S. has one. Sudan's transitional authorities and a rebel faction reached a peace deal on Tuesday as a part of government's effort to end the country's decade-long civil wars. According to EP, the deal was signed between the Sudanese government and a faction of the Sudan Revolutionary Front known as the Center Track. The deal could pave the way for peace agreements with more factions of SRF as well as other rebel groups. The agreement was struck in Juba, the capital of South Sudan, where talks began earlier this month. Negotiating an end to the rebellions in Sudan's far-flung province has been a crucial goal for the transitional government. It's looking to revive the country's battered economy through slashing military spending, which takes up much of the national budget, AP said. The Transitional Military Civilian Sovereign Council took power in August, just months after a pro-democracy uprising led Sudan's military to overthrow former autocratic President Omar al-Bashir in April. You are watching Janata Bulletin, and now the latest from the world of sports. The prize pool for the 2020 Australian Open has been boosted by 14% to Australian $71 million, organisers said, with the biggest gains for players exciting in the early rounds. According to Reuters, players losing in the first round of qualifying at the year's first Grand Slam will take home 20,000 Australian dollars, up by a third from last year, while single players who exit in the first round of the main draw will earn $90,000, a jump of 20%. The 2020 women's and men's single champions will receive smaller increases in prize money, with both winners taking home $4.12 million, up by $20,000. Players can usually secure a main draw appearance in the tournament, which starts on January 20 by having a ranking in the top 100. Naomi Osaka of Japan is the reigning women's single champion at the Australian Open, while Djokovic claimed a record 7th title by defeating great rival Rafael Nadal in the 2019 final. We are at the end of Janata Bulletin and the headlines once again. Nepal to witness partial solar eclipse today morning. The event to start at 8:42 a.m. and end at 11:31. Samajwadi Party withdraws support to the government. The move comes a day after its leaders resigned from ministerial post. Visit Nepal 2020 conclave held in Bengaluru. Stakeholders urge investment in Nepal. Putin says Russia is leading world in hypersonic weapons, says even US lacks such weapons. And Australian Open prize pool rises to $49 million. Players excited in early round to make biggest gains. And that's all from the English News Desk for today. You can follow Janata Television and our programs on various social media platforms, including on our website janatasamachar.com. Keep watching Janata Television. Namaste.